Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I'm not sure how this happened, but it's already February, so let's talk about all the cars I drove in January. I had some good feedback from my Best of 2021 Drives video, but I do tend to get carried away with the length of my videos. So rather than making another 20 plus 30 minute something crazy video in January of 23, recapping 22, I figured what if I just make like a 5-minute video for each month of the year and talk about the best cars I drove in each month. So let's get into it. Here are the most memorable cars that I drove in January of 2022. Given that I work at a Porsche dealership, let's start with a Porsche. This first one is a cool one. This is a 2015 Porsche Panamera GTS, and we took it in on trade with, you're going to see different photos of it as I'm talking. We took it in on trade with a different set of wheels with winter tires, which January in Buffalo, it did really, really well. And then the factory wheels were in storage with us from the previous customer, and you'll see those. I'll show that picture now. And then we ended up painting the factory wheels black, gloss black, and I'll show that picture now. And this car turned out really, really nice. This has the 4.8 liter V8. It's, I don't know, it's somewhere in the mid 400 horsepower, and we were able to certify this car. So a 2-year unlimited mileage certified pre-owned warranty on a car that I have to admit the Panameras do tend to have some, expensive issues. I'll put it that way. So to have a full coverage warranty on a 2015 for 2 years, really, really fun car to drive. Really, really good in the snow with all-wheel drive and winter tires, and just a absolute rocket of a car. I could totally picture going down the Autobahn at like a $160 in this thing, no problem, just cruising. Obviously you can't do that stuff around here, but really, really cool car. I love the black, and the gloss black wheels turned out really nice, so this was a fun one for January. The next car on the list is a 2016 Audi S5. S5 means it's a 2-door, this one being a coupe. Another car that came in with winter tires, so it was nice to be able to actually drive, a performance car this time of year. This is actually still available if you're interested in an Audi S5. If you ask me how I felt about this car when I was, 13 or 14, before I could actually drive, I loved these cars. I used to save pictures of them and keep them on my phone all the time. I really liked these cars. Now, having driven a few, is it a good daily driver? Sure. Would it be fun to, have around? Sure. It just doesn't really do it for me. They're heavy cars. The steering isn't really as responsive as I would like. I don't have a ton of reasons to dislike this car. It is a very nice car, and it's a fast car. It has good power. But the Tiptronic paddle shift, it is an automatic with paddles. It's just okay. The power delivery is just okay. You can change the drive modes and stuff, but overall, I just don't love it. And having really loved them when I was younger, before I could drive, it's kind of one of those never meet your heroes cars for me personally. If you love these cars, that's great. Personally, they just kind of don't really do it for me. I'm sure I'd feel differently if it was a manual, but overall, fun car to drive. Definitely made the list for January. If you want to come by it, come by it. It's a great car, just not really for me. All right, so next on the list, we're going back to Porsche. This is a 2019 Porsche Cayman GTS. It has the GTS interior. This one only has 5,200 miles, and we are selling this certified pre-owned. It is a 4-cylinder, and if you've driven a ton of Porsches, you will say, I don't know, maybe I like it, maybe I don't. It really depends who you are. I think it's a really, really, really great car. Personally, I love a flat six in a Porsche. I love my 05 Boxster with a flat six. I will say though, if you've never driven a Porsche or you've never owned a Porsche, this would be an amazing first Porsche for someone, because if you haven't experienced a flat six, you wouldn't know any better. But for what it is, this 2.5 turbocharged 4-cylinder, and it is a boxer flat four, it's a very, very good engine. There's power pretty much everywhere. I think it's 365 horse, something like that. It's a very fast car, very good handling car. I love the Alcantara in the interior and the GTS stitching and that whole package. I think that's like $3,300 or $3,400 for the GTS interior. This is a really great car and something I was fortunate to be able to drive in January. Just a good car, and it made the list. This one kind of throws off the sports car vibe from the rest of the list, but this is a 2019 Acura RDX A-Spec, and I don't really talk about SUVs very often because I'm not really an SUV guy, especially not this kind of crossover 5-seater segment, but it is a very popular segment. And this car in particular impresses me. Few things I don't like. The infotainment is a bit infuriating at first, but it's easy to get used to as you spend more time in the car. Other than that, I really like the car. I think the styling is great. I think the actual way the car drives is great, and it's tough to find in this segment a car that's actually a good driving car. This has a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. I haven't done research, so don't quote me on this, but I have a feeling it's probably a similarly spec'd or detuned version of like the Type R engine. This one doesn't have 300 horse, but it's got like I think it's 270 horse and like 285 torque or something. So it's got enough power. The responsiveness of the engine is really good. There's selectable drive modes. You can put it in comfort, sport plus, weather mode, something like that. It's a good car. I think it's a good looking car. And this one is like a 19 with, I don't know, 30,000 miles or something. And it's held up well for having had a previous owner, and now we're selling it pre-owned. This is also still available. And that's pretty much it for January. It's been a slow January, tough weather, haven't been a lot of things to drive, but I thought I would quickly compile my favorite things that I drove this month. What do you think is your favorite of these cars? Throw a comment in the comment section below, and we will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe. It really helps. Some of the more recent videos, there's been some really good interaction on, and I can't thank you enough as the viewers for interacting with the videos. Thank you very much, and we will see you in the next video.